We're making history is actually what we're doing. We're going to be the first custom equal length headers for a W140 S600. When you put equal length headers on this V12 motor, it sounds like a Pagani Zonda.
So before we get to that, let's get paid. Today's video is sponsored by Ridge Wallets. The Ridge is a minimal front pocket wallet that's designed to streamline what you carry every day. It has 30,000 5-star reviews and it's a better way to carry your cash and cards. There's a lifetime warranty if you love it and free returns if you don't. There are over 30 different colors and styles to choose from, including a carbon fiber one and a burnt titanium one as well. It's designed to go in your front or your back pocket. So one of the amazing things about this wallet is they claim it holds like 12 cards. I want to show you how we pack this thing full, and it still has room to get more cards in and holds cash. This is an amazing wallet. Check it out. Get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns by going to ridge.com/savage. That's ridge.com/savage and use code SAVAGE. Link is in the description below. So don't waste any more time. Get your cool Ridge wallet today. Check out the link in description below and get Savage Ridge.
This is where that V12 that you picked up, you want to put it, right?
Yeah.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Savage Garage. But this is Sam of Gooichi Motors.
Yeah, correct.
And we're making history is actually what we're doing. We're going to be the first custom equal length headers for a W140 S600, so 91, 99 Mercedes Benz. Most people know, thanks to F-Spot has recently popularized it again. But these cars have an amazing potential. Just with an exhaust, can't really hear it, but when you put equal length headers on this V12 motor, it sounds like Pagani Zonda, not far off. And the reason for that is because the Zonda used a derivative of this motor. So it's very hard to jam it in here, and there's only one person so far publicly online that has done that, and that's Brilliance Exhaust. You know, they have that kit. However, that gentleman, I've tried to get in contact with him more times than I care to admit, even translating things into Japanese, and long story short, he doesn't want any car that he doesn't work on to have his product on, which I partly understand, but it really just annoys me because I want it. And every single time I drive anywhere with this, I get asked, when are you putting equal length headers on it? When are you going to make it sound like a Zonda? So we're doing that now. So with his fabrication skills, the plan is get this done before Gold Rush. What's the plan of attack right now?
Yeah, so basically, as you can see, there's really no room. I'm gonna pull the intake out of the way, as much stuff as we can from the top out of the way. and get underneath it, pull everything out we can from the bottom to get these headers off. That's going to be a chore in itself. We actually have another motor that we're going to mock everything up on.
Perfect.
So hopefully it's going to go a little bit easier than trying to build everything on this car. We can build it on that motor,
right?
You know, put those pieces on this car and kind of test fit and go back and forth. So hopefully it'll be somewhat easy. It's not going to be easy, but
the 140's engine bay problem, as we just mentioned, like there is no room. Like there's a lot of work that went into that. Like it very much looks like the guy was like measuring, welding a little piece, measuring, welding a little piece. Like it, which also makes me ask you, so how do you think you're going to attack doing that? Is it a CAD thing that you think you're going to do? Is it a mock it up first and then hope it fits and then bang things until it fits correctly kind of thing? Like how are you going to make it happen?
Well, if we had more time and if this motor was out of the bay,
sure.
The easiest thing to do would be to 3D scan the bay, 3D scan the motor, put it all back in there and design it, from a CAD standpoint. Since we have a little bit less time, we're going to do, and we don't want to pull the engine, try to avoid that.
Sure.
We're going to do, Ice Engine Works has their header kits, so we can kind of play around with tubing, kind of get a good idea of what's going to fit before, you know, cutting metal, welding it, and then having to cut it back and redo all that stuff. So yeah, start at the front, work our way back. You know, the front exhaust ports have the longest travel back there, so trying to get that sorted, figure out what kind of length we have there, and then trying to get the back ones to match. That's pretty much the plan.
And what piping size are you thinking of doing?
We're gonna do 1.5 inch. Pretty small sizing, but this is a 6 liter and it's a V12, so you know, 1.5 inch is plenty for this motor. It gives us a little bit more room to play around with and trying to squeeze massive tubes in there for no reason.
Yeah. What are we waiting on now? Like I guess before like the I guess the major things start happening. What are you waiting on?
Pretty much flanges and collectors.
Okay.
So they're going to show up the next couple of days, and then we could bolt into the motor and then put the collector where it needs to be, and we can start building. Really.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah. Until then, we can go ahead, pull the intake off, pull the exhaust off, get it kind of prepped, ready to go.
So this is the motor, the CL or whatever motor.
Yes.
So what can you tell me about this, other than it was a junk motor? I'm curious because I've never seen a V12 from this car out of the car.
Yeah, it looks a lot different from that because the factory intake manifold is just massive. So when you strip it down, you really see the knob colors.
These are huge.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I can't wait. So we picked up this motor kind of at the right time because a couple of my buddies build these motors, race with these motors, and I thought it was always a cool idea. And then you gave me a call saying, "Hey, I got this car. I want to build some headers for it." So it kind of worked out perfect where I found this motor, so we kind of mock it up on this car or on this motor for your car. And also, this is probably going in my RX-7.
Really?
You know, it's kind of the game plan. We'll make it fit. We'll make it work.
Yeah. The intake manifolds on it, it's amazing. Like how much? I'm just thinking about once again like V8 cars that have when they have just. My Corvette, my C4 has a set of American Racing equal length headers on, which make it sound amazing, but I'm just thinking of what those look like when they came out of the box compared to this. There's so much restriction here.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, it's going to be night and day putting actual headers on there.
I imagine it'll probably be, engine management depending, I guess, to a degree, but I imagine it'll probably be, or feel a bit faster.
That should open it up, for sure.
It's just, there's so much, this is so restricted like this. That's cool.
So yeah, these two cars are shop builds. The RX-7 we took to SEMA in 17 at one Vesta show out of SEMA with Super Street and McGuire's.
This was at SEMA?
Yeah, and then we actually, the Challenger's been at SEMA twice.
I think I remember seeing it come, because I remember I went to SEMA in 17.
Yeah, it was
I remember seeing it.
It's in the Autometer booth out there. So I got cover of Super Street and kind of all over the place. So.
Yeah, I was like, this looks way too familiar. It's just, I saw, when you emailed me a couple, I just saw like the profile image was this. Yeah, and that car looks familiar.
Yeah, we had it all together, running and driving, and cut the front end off and decided to redo it all. And now we're changing everything on. So.
Gotcha.
And then we built this car for SEMA this past year. It's a 2010 SRT. I actually bought this car new, and it's been completely gone through. So.
This is one of those deja vu moments. I was trying to figure out why I recognized you. Hoonigan.
Yeah,
Hoonigan.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Flash to that clip now, editor.
This is my daily. Kind of I don't know, it's just snowballed a little bit. It's a 2010 Challenger, SRT8. It's not a Demon, not a Hellcat, none of that stuff.
So you have the cup holders in the wing here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What? Oh my
Best thing in
gosh.
the world. When I saw it, I was just like, that's perfect. This front end looks. And those are like the exact same headlights that Randy bought for his Defender. Yeah. eBay lights, yep. They work.
Holy.
Just like when you gave it gas and it cuts for a second and just bang.
Oh my gosh, it scared me.
Yeah, so we built this thing for the mile.
Right,
so,
right.
Like, everything in the motor's super loose, so it's got to warm up before it like swells and
Got it.
seals before it starts running good. So, yeah,
That's so.
Project Kill Mode.
She's a runner.
Oh, what?
He just uncovered this. I was like, this looks like a hill climb. What did you say? Most expensive CRX ever. No, this thing's wicked, dude.
Yeah.
I was just, the reason I mentioned it, I was thinking about it. So Randy just took delivery of, he had a Lancia Delta Integrale. You want to talk about a mean vehicle. And like, I'm looking at this, like the build is like, it's on the same par as that car. But wow, dude. So what's the story behind this thing?
Yeah, so this is BYC Designs in the UK. Mark Burnett, he races out there, that's his company. They moved to the US, and this is his US time attack build. So we did a collab build with him. We built this for SEMA last year, but we didn't make it.
Right.
But yeah, this is the car he's going to compete in the US. And he holds like the UK time attack championship and a bunch of stuff out there.
Still got the cup holder race wing here, the ducktailing, perfect. There you go.
And the cool thing about this car is it's a J swap, so we got an Acura 32 V6 in it.
Very good.
And then we did a J to K adapter, running a CRV mid plate, and then a Quake sequential. So we actually converted to all-wheel drive. So this is all-wheel drive, J to K, freaking sequential CRX, basically.
Boosted boys, you guys are Kyle, you're losing your mind over this. I know. If he's watching, Kyle's a friend of mine, and the old Hondas, the Rousey they have, like that Odyssey. Seeing that thing go, I remember seeing it back. I think it was the beginning of 2018. But he brought it for Rob Frey's Project Car Challenge. They did it on the Ocala half mile, and just seeing that thing, just 700 horsepower, just like floor it. Seeing an Odyssey with a first gen Odyssey with a parachute is ridiculous enough, but seeing it actually haul is the best thing in the world. But yeah, I mean, they're building blocks. There was a really short period of time where I was thinking of like J-swapping. I actually wanted to J-swap one of those and like make stupid power in a big old Benz. Very short period of time. But yeah, no, I have a love. One day I want to build one of these things, a little pocket rocket. How long did this build take you?
It's been about a year.
Okay.
It really wasn't that long. Mark bought it down in Miami, like bone stock, single cam, like flat black, and drove it up here. And yeah, then we ripped everything out and started redoing it all. So.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, the engine bay is clean. You know, it's very nicely painted and everything like that. And, wow, that's awesome.